2023 was another year for the books at the North Dakota State Fair. Following an incredible year in 2022, the fair saw visitors from across the United States and Canada flocking to experience the food, rides, concerts, livestock, and North Dakota culture on display. From July 21st through the 29th, the fairgrounds were alive with excitement and adventure. This year, the total attendance for the fair reached an impressive 356,534, marking a 42,263 person increase from the previous year. It was evident that the North Dakota State Fair had become a must-visit event for people from all walks of life. The fair started the first weekend with the North Dakota State Parade, with over 200 entries in the parade. The theme, Digging into ND History, was a tribute and introduction to Grand Marshal Paleontologist John W. Hoganson, Ph.D., who has published many scientific and public interest articles, books, and chapters in books about North Dakota's paleontology and geology. John developed educational programs about North Dakota's prehistoric past, including the North Dakota Public Fossil Dig Program, which is still active after over 20 years. The parade was preceded by 365 runners signed up for the annual Run the Route 5K Fun Run. This successful event brought in an additional 116 more runners than in 2022. At the heart of the fair were the competitive exhibits. The strong bond between 4-H and FFA continues to be the catalyst for a successful program. The North Dakota State Fair Competitive Exhibits Department had another remarkable year, with an impressive 41,102 4-H, FFA, and open class entries. 4-H members played a significant role in contributing to the fair's success, with 9,586 competitive exhibits. Alongside their static exhibits, these talented young individuals also had the chance to showcase their prized livestock. A total of 2,064 livestock entries were submitted, representing various species such as cattle, goats, horses, rabbits, poultry, sheep, and swine. For the third year in a row, the North Dakota Public Leaders 4-H Showmanship Contest provided a platform for the 4-H members to connect with leaders of today and tomorrow. The 4-Hers who won champion or reserve champion in showmanship for 6 livestock species at the state fair were paired with leaders who gave 4-Hers tips on showing specific species from these young judges. FFA chapters from across the state also participated in the fair, exhibiting an impressive 17,890 projects. These hardworking students showcased their best work in areas such as wood and metalwork, agriculture products, horticulture, and agricultural mechanics. The FFA livestock divisions included beef, dairy, swine, goats, horses, sheep, poultry, and rabbits. The State Fair Center served as a hub for North Dakota's finest in fine arts and crafts, horticulture, needlework, photography, and educational exhibits. A total of 4,493 education entries from across the state were displayed, highlighting the creativity and knowledge of North Dakotans. Of course, the fair wouldn't be complete without the exciting open class exhibits, including livestock shows and static exhibit competitions. Horses, beef cattle, dairy cattle, swine, sheep, goats, poultry, and rabbits were all showcased by talented exhibitors. The fairgrounds buzzed with the energy of 52 counties across North Dakota, each displaying their pride and achievements. There was no shortage of horses this year at the fair. Team roping, state fair stampede, and other equestrian events brought the best horsemen and women in the region to the North Dakota State Fair. During the horse and pony poll, teams of draft horses and ponies showed their strength when they competed to win cash prizes on the first weekend of the fair. The horse schedule included the Versatility Ranch Horse Show, Open Western English Show, and the Miniature Horse Show, just to name a few. The fair also recognized the achievements of North Dakota high school seniors through the North Dakota State Fair Foundation. Seniors who competed or exhibited at the fair for at least 3 years were honored, with recipients receiving scholarships. Agriculture is always the focal point of the North Dakota State Fair. Machinery Row features equipment dealers showcasing the latest and greatest in agriculture equipment and technology supporting agriculture education. Another agriculture feature is the crop plot. The crop plot is planted and maintained in partnership with the NDSU Extension Service. This year, it featured corn, soybeans, peas, canola, and sunflowers, which were all sponsored by their commodity associations and the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Beyond the competitive exhibits and agricultural focus, the fair offered a myriad of free entertainment options. The NDSF free stages were a hit this year, with lots of great comments about the Budweiser Clydesdales, the Birdman, iFlip, Chris Mabry, Mad Chad, MHA Native Dances, Wow Water Circus, and the Los Moralitos Circus. The traditional fair favorite free stages wowed large audiences, including Daryl's Racing Pigs and disconnected canine performances. The North Dakota Game and Fish Outdoor Skills Park and Fur Traders Rendezvous combined entertainment and education, making them a hit at this year's fair. These two venues provided information, history, and expertise in fire building, blacksmithing, shooting, fishing, and so much more. Mad Chad, known as the Evil Knievel of comedy, kept the audience at the edge of their seats while performing his nail-biting tricks from July 26th through 29th. There were 7 days of 50s and 60s rock and roll performed by Stingray Anthony on stage 2, followed by fair newcomer, performer, and local artist Dakota Chappie. Talented singers from all ages also took center stage at the fair, showcasing their skills in crowd pleasers karaoke. During all 9 days of the fair, performances by the Birdman, the Los Moralitos Circus, and newcomers Wow Water Circus drew large crowds. The Budweiser Clydesdales also stayed 9 days at the North Dakota State Fair, showcasing wonder and beauty, from taking daily morning walks and doing cameo appearances at the opening of the Indian Horse Relay on Wednesday and the Ranch Rodeo on Thursday. What a beautiful addition to the fair this year. Community is definitely the focus of our special days. Pride of Dakota Day started off our fair on July 24th. This event gave patrons an opportunity to visit and purchase products exclusively from North Dakota. Pride of Dakota represents over 500 entrepreneurs exclusively from North Dakota. As a special treat, the ND Department of Agriculture offered a $1 hot dog lunch, followed the next morning by their famous pancake breakfast, which is always a hit with those early morning fairgoers. Pepsi Deals Day, Family Day, and Military Day all kicked off Tuesday, July 25th. On Pepsi Deals Day, fairgoers got 50% off at the gate with a Pepsi product, as well as a half-off deal with participating vendors. College Save Family Day, sponsored by the Bank of North Dakota, was a collection of local nonprofits that created a fun day of activities and information for the entire family. They even brought in Santa for pictures. The ND Stockmen's Association, ND Beef Commission, and ND Cattlewomen held their 18th annual Beef Industry Military Appreciation Picnic, which fed active, retired, and vets and their families a free beef meal. The Senior Day Festival, held on Thursday, July 27th, had a phenomenal turnout. Stingray Anthony entertained over 300 seniors. Music, dancing, and ice cream, now that was a memorable party. That same day, the North Dakota Water Education Foundation cooled the crowd with trivia games, prize drawings, and free snow cones during the Water Day Festival of Fun. ND One Call hosted 811 Day on Friday, July 28th for the 8th year in a row. Their demonstrations of hydrovacing and line locating are so informative. They had giveaways and other educational opportunities for kids and their families. The Cowboys were back in full force for the Bull Riding Challenge and Ranch Bronc Riding on July 24th and 25th, when the toughest Mossbrucker Bulls and Broncs took on the finest riders in the region for a crazy 8-second ride. Teams of cowboys and cowgirls took over the arena on July 26th and 27th for the Ranch Rodeo. Teams competed against each other in events that displayed somewhat typical ranch jobs, including trailer loading, team mugging, and even wild cow milking. Shopping at commercial exhibits is one of the many reasons fairgoers enjoy coming to the fair. With over 600 commercial spaces, vendors from all over the United States and Canada provide various products, outdoor living options, apparel, jewelry, and household products. What's fair without fair food? The food court delighted fairgoers with so many new treats like Korean hot dogs, fried chicken sandwiches, loaded potatoes, fried seafood with fish and shrimp tacos, green chili carne asada tacos and nachos, tamales, fresh croissant sandwiches, wraps, paninis, just to mention a few. The Food Frenzy competition had a record number of competitors. 20 vendors competed to be the best in the savory, drink, and sweet categories. This year's ribbons went to Old Time Kettle Corn, Pride Dairy, Windsor Waffles, Mega Latte Coffee House, Tease Tangles, Susu's Concessions, and Flounders, who were awarded twice. Just steps away from the food court was the carnival. Crabtree Amusements featured classic rides like a carousel, Ferris wheel, and thrilling attractions like the Power Booster and Drop Tower. The Thrill Zone area had many fair favorites, including the Slingshot, Mechanical Bull, and Bungee trampolines. On the opposite end of the fairgrounds was Kids Kingdom, which had a kiddie carnival, games, and a giant sandbox for little fairgoers. The fair also hosted various events and contests, including the kids' cupcake decorating, mutton bustin', hippity hop barrel race, showdio, kids' tractor pedal pull, and a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Opportunities for participation were plentiful, ensuring everyone could find something to enjoy. The grandstand events proved to be major highlights of the fair. The Demolition Derby maintains its popularity among the crowd, drawing 3,600 enthusiastic fans. Traditional Native American dancers and talented Indian horse relay teams showcase North Dakota's vibrant Native American culture. In year 2 at the fair, the MHA Indian Horse Relay thrilled an even larger crowd of 6,350 fans, up 1,591 fans. The grandstand hosted exceptional musical acts, including country, rock, and hip-hop. Ludacris and T-Pain started the fair with a flair on Friday. The grandstand was sold out to a capacity of 18,000 for Jelly Roll on Saturday. Five Finger Death Punch entertained the crowds. Eric Church, Joe Nichols, Whiskey Myers, and Brad Paisley rounded out the extraordinary lineup. In its second year, the Hometown Sound Competition allowed unsigned artists from across the state and country to compete for $2,000, resulting in the final 3 performing as the opening act for Joe Nichols on Wednesday night. The competition received over 40 auditions, leading to this year's winner, Chris Baisden of Minot, who was awarded $2,000 by North Dakota State Fair's general manager, Renee Korslein. After 50 years of service, Renee celebrates her retirement. As the fair ended, the North Dakota State Fair Board expressed their optimism for the next year, hoping to see everyone in 2024 from July 19th through the 27th. The North Dakota State Fair indeed served as a showcase for the youth, agriculture, and state pride of North Dakota. This annual event will continue to unite communities and foster a sense of belonging and celebration. Hope to see you in 2024, July 19th through 27th.